Alright, ladies and gentlemen, SPARXIE of course did just recently release, and our brand new Memory of Chaos as well did just recently release. So of course, version 4.0, we have to go ahead and try out our SPARXIE in the new Memory of Chaos. But today, instead of clearing it on both sides, what we're going to do is instead we're only going to do the first half, and we're going to try it with SPARXIE along with YAOGUANG, all E0S0 full E0S0 team, but full character builds will be at the end. We're going to try it once with YAOGUANG, and then another time we're going to swap out YAOGUANG for a Tribi. I'm not sure if Tribi is the best installed option, but that's just what I went for. So yeah, we're going to be trying first of all with YAOGUANG, then with Tribi, seeing how different the clear speed is and just how good the team feels to play without YAOGUANG. So yeah, keep in mind of course that this SPARXIE is definitely getting shielded right now, both in terms of the boss as well as the memory turbulence, so do definitely keep that in mind. But with that being said, let's just hop right into the runs. But real quick, if you don't pull SPARXIE or any other characters in Plain Arcadia, then I have the perfect thing for you, and that's the sponsor, Lootball.gg. You can use Lootball to top up on your favorite games like Honkai Star Rail or Genshin Impact and save up to 30% off, along with great value offers like the all-in-one bundle, guaranteed limited and rerun character bundles, and the limited 6,480 Oniric shards pack that lasts for the first week of the brand new version. If I were to buy the 3,280 Oniric shards and get double with the top up bonus, all I have to do is enter in my UID, region, and go to top up now, and they typically arrive in less than a minute. And they also have thousands of positive reviews on Trustpilot. Also, new users can get 10% off, and returning users can get up to 8% off in the first week of the new version. But be sure to check out Lootbar with the link in the description. Back to the video. Alright, well then here we are on the first half with our SPARXIE team. Now, one thing I should mention is I have not watched like SPARXIE guides whatsoever. Well, no, I have a bit, but all I know is just spam E, then blast attack, and then alt, and then use your ult whenever you have it, and then elation skills sometimes. I've also only used YAOGUANG in a team with Archer on the ult account, so I also don't know whether I should be using her ult after we've generated some punchline or stuff like that. So to be honest, I'm just gonna go ahead and say the clears could probably be stronger, but either way, let's just, and then, if I make any mistakes, you guys can let me know what I did wrong. But anyway, what we're gonna do here is, our technique already gave us our skill, so it's gonna go ahead and basic attack. That will also give us our ultimate. We're gonna go ahead and ult on our Sparkle as well, so that everyone gets, so that we get the buff to the Cypher stuff. Then we're gonna go ahead and use our ult on Thingy, and that's gonna now be an AHA instant of 20 on our YAOGUANG for 292k, and then our SPARXIE will be dealing 800k, so that's a million damage from the AHA instant, which is cool. Looking at our stats real quick, we have 100 crit to 354 crit damage. We have quite a few buffs here. I'm not 100% sure where all of these come from. But you know what, I'm not going to complain. When it comes to YAOGUANG, we have nearly 100 crit to nearly 200 crit damage, which is surprising. Would be nice if we got 100, but actually no, wait, we have over 200 crit damage, never mind. 123 elation and 158 elation. Yeah, I'm not sure, there's so many substats here, not substats but buffs, where I'm not even sure where they're coming. But anyway, let's go ahead and spam our skill here on our SPARXIE. Is there a way to tell how many skills I got off? I'm not entirely sure, but that did 894k, that's nice. We've generated some more punchline here, so now YAOGUANG's in for 548k, so that's like a times 2.5 increase. And then SPARXIE got also doubled her damage. That was some insane damage from the AHA instant, my god. We'll go ahead and use our SPARXIE ult here for a bit extra damage, 428k, cool. Just go ahead and attack on our Dunhung PT. Sparkle will be taking a turn soon, which means that our SPARXIE will also be getting a turn, which is cool. So let's go ahead and use her skill a bit more. I'm not sure, should I max this out just to generate more punchline? I guess I might as well try. So there we go, 1.1 million, and that's going to generate us some more punchline. So this attack should be quite the decent one, I think. Oh, well, this is awkward. We only have one skill point, so I'm just going to go ahead and basic attack, to be honest. Okay, now we have the instant going off, or our relation skill, 232k into 385k, okay. I think that's, I'm assuming that's because she was in the field, so she's doing a bit less damage right now. Anyway, we need to refresh our stuff here on our YAOGUANG. So now let's go ahead and pop the ult again on our Sparkle, just to go ahead and get those skill points back as well, because SPARXIE will be taking her turn soon. Go ahead and make it so that she deals some increased damage as well in that dimension. They're gonna go ahead and hit our SPARXIE, shouldn't be too bad. Okay, yep, we'll take that. And now we can go ahead and go back to spamming our skill. go ahead and just keep spamming this. Okay, I feel like we used quite a lot there, which is nice. Or rather, I feel like we got quite a lot there, which is nice. We also got all of our skill points back, which is also convenient. And we also should be getting a quite nice instance of damage here. 353k here into 963k there, 1.3 total. We'll definitely go ahead and take that. I do like that it shows us the total damage as well. It means I don't have to keep track of the numbers anymore. Anyway, here, are we doing more or less? It looks like we're doing roughly the same. Okay, never mind. We did a bit more damage, 1.4 million. That's nice. Go ahead and basic on our Yaoguang. That's unfortunate that we don't get our ultimate up. I'm not sure if that would change anything here. Maybe it would save us a cycle. I'm not entirely sure. Do we still have our ult buff up? I'm also not entirely sure, to be honest. Anyway, go ahead and keep on spamming our skill on our SPARXIE as well. Go ahead and pop that for 1.2 mil. We'll definitely go ahead and take that. Now, obviously, SPARXIE is getting shilled here a bit, but at the same time, you know, we don't have our full team out yet, or at least I don't think we do. I mean, yeah, we definitely don't, because she has a passive with 3 elation characters, so, you know, I expect her to hit even bigger numbers one day, and she's already hitting for quite a lot, so, yeah, I'm definitely gonna take that. We won't be zero cycling here, but, you know, our team is E0S0, I wouldn't expect us to be zero cycling here. One cycle would be pretty epic, if I say so myself. You know what, I might just go ahead and skill here. Actually, does that even give us more energy? I'm not sure if it does, but anyway, I just wanted to do that because we had the skill points to spare, and we have our Sparkle ult here anyway, so we won't be running into any SP issues later down the line. So let's go ahead and spam our skill again. Just go ahead and, let's see, we got 2 straight fires, 3 straight fires. We tend to get 3 whenever we skill, so, you know, I think that's fine. Go ahead and take a turn on our SPARXIE, and, you know, because we have more than 1 skill point this time, I think we're just gonna go ahead and spam. Okay, never mind, we didn't get to spam much. Oh well. Anyway, the aha instance should be taking care of business here, I would assume, slash hope. 854k in the dimension, but that one is still alive, and she actually does still have a decent chunk of her HP left as well. So I'm actually not quite sure. Okay, it's looking like a 2 cycle, because I don't think we're going to be able to take out the other enemies in the time required. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, this is definitely going to be a 2 cycle, not a 1 cycle, which is unfortunate. I wonder if there was a method in which I could have used the 2 cycle, maybe if I managed my SP better, so I wouldn't have to go twice in this mode. But oh well, what can we do, I suppose? We live and we learn, so like I said, maybe 1 cycle if my builds were better, if I knew how to play the team better. But you know what? As someone whose builds are not the best right now, and also someone who is quite not knowledgeable on the team, let's say, I'll go ahead and take a 2 cycle. She's left on 16% HP, so, you know, close enough, I guess, to the 1 cycle, but like I said, I will definitely take the 2 cycle. The dot team also clears the other half in 2 cycles, so this would be a 4 cycle clear if I like actually bothered. Also, how much will our SPARXIE hit that? 1.1 mil for a total of 1.5 million. We love that, but yeah, as I said, we're not going to be going into the dot second half. We're actually going to, because, you know, we already did this, we already figured out it's a 2 cycle, so I could clear her in 26 if I wanted to, but no, that's not what we want to do. What we now want to do is we want to go ahead and test out those results with an E0S0 SPARXIE without Yaoguang, so let's hop right into that run now. Alright then, and here we are now with our Yaoguang-less SPARXIE clear. I am very curious how this is gonna go. Now, I don't know if Tribi is the best in slot, to be entirely honest. She seems to work good enough. Maybe I could have went for like a Silver Wolf. I don't know, what else could I have gone for? I think we have enough attack, so I don't think Robin would have been all that helpful. Cypher, but I don't own Cypher, so, you know, I just went for the safe option. I just went for Tribi. I feel like a lot of people would be using Tribi. I mean, if you have like a Remembrance or a Break team, neither of those use Tribi anymore, to be honest. So, you know, I mean, Evernight uses like RMC, Cyrene, Hyacinth. Mighty doesn't use Tribi, Finon doesn't use Tribi, so yeah, might as well just go ahead and go for SPARXIE. Anyway, let's see how much damage our skill is gonna do here. It's going to be 407,000. I believe it was 800k when we used Yaoguang, although I'm not entirely certain. We'll just have to see what damage numbers we hit here. All of our shield is gone, which didn't happen last time around. That's not particularly pleasant, if I'm being entirely honest. I believe the bounce attack just really charged up that guy, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm actually going to go ahead and use a skill point here to refresh our shields as well. 800 free K there on the Elation skill. We were hitting it for over 1 million in the previous run. Okay, that was a lot of damage as well. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and skill our SPARXIE. We're going to go ahead and ult on our Sparkle to give our SPARXIE more skill points. We're going to go ahead and ult here. I want to see the ult damage, 376k. Okay, we'll take 376k. That's similar to how it was in the Yaoguang team. I believe that one was about 400k. Can we get another straight fire, please? I would appreciate it. Unlucky. Yeah, okay, that's gonna go ahead and pop that. Okay, 563k here, yeah. So I believe we were hitting between... Oh my god, okay, our Sparkle's already in the red. We're gonna have to lock in here. What was I gonna say though? First of all, I'm gonna be very careful with our Donhung shields. I think we're probably gonna invest a bit more SP into that. But anyway, as I was saying, I believe that what we're gonna end up doing is... No, not what we're gonna end up doing. My god, I've completely lost my trail of thought here. I think we're dealing between 1.7 and 1.1 million on our Elation skills once we add all of our buffs up. Whereas here, we're hitting between 500 and 800k seemingly. But, you know, obviously there's going to be a lot of RNG involved here. And then let's see. I don't know. Let's see. How much does our Elation skill do here? Okay, never mind. I still have a 1.4 million. Okay, yeah, no, that's still big. That's still big. It just depends how much punchline we've generated on our SPARXIE. We can definitely still hit for a lot of damage on her. So let's not get that twisted. Anyway, let's go ahead and pop the ult. I do wish our ult generated a bit more SP for us. That would be cool as well, wouldn't it? But anyway, maybe that would be too far. Who knows? Maybe then SPARXIE would be too overpowered. Anyway, go ahead and pop our skill. Hope for some luck. Unreal Banger. Okay. Did I just see 2 straight fires? That's kind of huge there. I'm not gonna lie. 615k there on the skill. We will definitely take that. We can also pop our ultimate here on our Sparkle. Get a lot more skill points back as well. Then action forward our SPARXIE as well. We increase her damage there because of the Tribby follow-up attack as well. We can also use Dunhung here. So I believe in this skill we should be able... Oh, I misclicked. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. I actually pressed an arrow key just before I pressed Q. That's unlucky. Okay, can I get another straight fire hit? Yes, we do. Perfect. And I'm actually not going to use all of them here because... Actually, no, wait, I'm dumb. We get all the skill points back anyway. I could have generated more punchline, but I just chose not to. Anyway, we're hitting for over 1 million damage. So okay, yeah, our damage is still good. I don't think it's as big of a loss as I thought initially, because we can still hit for over 1 million. Then again, the enemy is taking increased damage right now because of the weakness break, but still, it's fine. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to tell you how much of a damage loss Yaoguang is. There's just too many variables. Also, I'm not a numbers guy. I'm very much not a theory crafter either. So, you know, I will not be telling you the numbers. All I can tell you is the vibes and the feel of an F2P E0S0 SPARXIE in a full F2P E0S0 team without my F2P E0S0 Yaoguang. So, I believe I've gotten the point across there. But, yeah. Still, we definitely would have... Okay, actually, what cycle are we in now? 28th. This is actually the cycle where we finished last time around. So, yeah, definitely slower, noticeably slower. But is it unplayable? I wouldn't say so. But, yeah, so I think my verdict would be if you really love SPARXIE, then you might as well pull her, even if you can't pull a Yaoguang. Also, because this time it actually does make sense to not use our entire skill, I think, because we're gonna have to go ahead and go into this phase. So I'd rather do as much damage as we can, as early on as we can. Let's go ahead and increase the damage by having Dunhung attack with his ultimate as well. Tribby is also gonna attack, so that's 2 all-type res pen boosts, I believe. Actually, no, wait, I don't think the enemy took their action yet, so I don't think it counts, which is unfortunate. But also, I don't think we got many skill points generated there from our skill. Okay. What was I saying here? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, if you really love Sparxie, then I mean you might as well pull her. Also, I'm gonna attack this so that our Sparxie just doesn't die. That would be nice. So yeah, if you like Sparxie, you might as well pull her. 780k. I keep distracting myself. My god, here there's just so much going on in this team always. I mean, you can see from all the animations. But yeah, if you love Sparxie but you don't have the funds to pull Yaoguang, maybe don't feel bad about it. One thing I will say is that everyone is going on about how Sparxie will end up being maybe a sub DPS for another character, which I definitely do see as a possibility, especially considering the fact that her technique is the one which starts battle, which you normally see on characters like, for example, Evernight. So yeah, definitely a possibility that she will end up taking a more supportive / sub DPS role in future teams. So even more so, if you don't have Yaoguang, don't feel bad about pulling Sparxie. Use her for the time being. The memory turbulence anyway is strong enough that even without Yaoguang, you can still get a decent, maybe not an OP clear, but still a decent enough clear. There we go. We also managed to clear that, which is very nice. So yeah, if you want to pull Yaoguang but not Sparxie, you might as well pull her for a future unit. I'm sure Yaoguang's going to be strong for a lot of Elation units, and it seems like there's going to be a lot. Okay, we still have Tribute's ultimate up, so we actually don't need to use it right away. So yeah, Yaoguang's going to be strong no matter what. So if you like Yaoguang, pull Yaoguang. If you like Sparxie, pull Sparxie. That's always my philosophy, but even more so now. And let's just keep spamming skills. Also, she's definitely very fun with her playstyle, I will say that. Just make sure you pick up the buffed up Sparkle, and then just pair her with, I don't know, your Tribbies, especially if you have an E1 Tribby, or your Cyphers or stuff like that. So yeah, definitely a very fun unit that I am happy is in the game. I'm also very happy that we managed to get both Sparxie and Yaoguang. If you guys didn't see our pulls, Sparxie, we did actually pull a double on the Sparxie banner. The problem is it was Bailu and it was also before our Sparxie, so we didn't have a guaranteed for our Yaoguang, and we also did not have a double Sparxie. So yeah, luckily we don't have to cross the bridge of what are we going to do if we get an E1, are we going to activate it or not. Unfortunately, we do leave the Sparxicon official on 9% HP, so yeah, the team, we do clear decently slower, although our damage numbers are still high. The problem is we just don't get as many AHA instants without our Yaoguang. So although the damage numbers are actually decently comparable, they just don't happen as often as Yaoguang, and they are still slightly lower. So your clear speeds definitely will be lower, but when it comes to the feeling of playing the game, I will say that your damage is definitely more backloaded, which I think is the main problem on why this team cleared like 2 cycles slower. It's not because the damage was much worse, it's because it was definitely far more backloaded. Whereas with Yaoguang, you can front load some damage with her ult, causing an AHA instant to happen. So yeah, there definitely are considerations to account for. The team definitely isn't as strong without Yaoguang, but still it feels functional, feels good enough, especially right now. But yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the character builds and the outro. Alright, well, optimizations definitely could have been made, but I still think we have a good feel for both the Sparxie and Yaoguang team, as well as the Yaoguangless Sparxie team. So, like I said, my final thoughts: if you like Sparxie, just get her. You don't need Yaoguang if you don't want her, or if you don't have the funds. But if you do, then you can go ahead and pick up both. They feel great to play together. The more the merrier. Cannot hurt, unless it hurts your bank account, in which case just pick whichever one you want more, or you can skip both if you really don't bother. Yeah, when it comes to also power level wise, Sparxie, great. Especially with Yaoguang, fantastic. Without her, still solid. And probably even more so when she gets more supports, or if she herself becomes more of a sub DPS type character. Anyway, like I said, both our builds are definitely still a work in progress. But when it comes to our Sparxie, who is, I don't have like any, okay, never mind, I do have fire 5 cells, never mind. 91.5 crit rate on our Sparxie, 145 crit damage, 3.1k attack. This will hit the 3.6k attack breakpoint in battle, base speed as well, by the way. This will hit the 100% crit rate in battle, because I am on easy mode, because I don't have a good pain element set for her. 145 crit damage, lovely little dance there. S5 of this free elation light cone. We definitely will be getting a better one in the future. I can almost feel it, so I doubt we're going to be on this one for very long. Traces as well maxed out. Relics, we do have her on her best and self relic set. Very mid piece here. Once again, very mid piece here. Decent piece here. 2 rolls. Actually, it's a bit mid. Yeah, it's mid. And then here we have a very good piece. This is a very, 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 very good piece. I'm very happy with that. To have 36 CV, that's kind of insane there. So yeah, I'm very happy with the boots. Izmo as well, like I said, because we don't have a good set on this. I got a really nice fire damage piece, and it turns out she does not use fire damage, so that's really unfortunate. And then here we have a bunch of attack grips. I might switch her to an ER rope because we already get the 3.6k attack, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not even sure if that's very necessary at this current moment in time. So yeah, instead we're probably just gonna stick to this build for a little while, to be honest. But yeah, this is actually a good sphere, and then here we just have the crit to make sure we get that 100% crit rate. It would be nice if we had double crit here, but oh well. I never had good luck with Izmo, and then she is also E0. Our Yaoguang definitely is more of a work in progress than our SPARXIE. She does hit 160 speed, which is nice, but then her stats here are just very all over the place, very messy. I tried hitting 100% crit rate, but we just kind of don't. Light guns, we have S1 here. Traces basically maxed out. Other than this, we still need to get this. Actually, no, I think yeah, we still need to max that one out. You know, she does have her own crit damage buff, which is nice. So this is actually more like 80 to 130-ish. So yeah, you definitely want to prioritize getting 100% crit rate on her, because there are just a lot of crit damage buffs. We're about 2.6 off, I believe we are. I don't know where she gets the extra crit rate from. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember. So yeah, but oh well, it is what it is. Relics as well. Just trying to get as much speed as we can to get that 160, and then we pick up some crit stats on the way. Unfortunate, not. I mean, this piece is solid. This piece could have definitely rolled a little bit better. But oh well, what can we do? These boots solid. A lot of crit damage. I would prefer a bit more crit rate, but oh well. And then our Lusaka pieces are just really bad. We have no speed on this whatsoever. We only have 2 crit rate rolls, and then here we have 2 speed rolls, 1 crit rate roll. Not great whatsoever. So yeah, definitely improvements to be made. Also E0. But anyway, we can go through our Sparkle a bit quicker than these guys. Sparkle is on 160 speed, 193 crit damage. Along with Bronya Light Gun here, because I could maybe have swapped it to down stance, but I'm not sure if it would actually even change much in that team, because we don't hit the speed thresholds required for that. Traces maxed. Relics 2-piece speed, 2-piece speed, just getting as much speed and crit damage as we can, and Lusaka as well. Eidolon's also E0, and then when it comes to our Dun Hung, he's on 3.2k attack, 142 speed. Lightcon's highest base attack Lightcon that we own for the extra shield strength. Relics as well, on the new Best in Sloth Shielder set to give us that extra crit damage as well, which is nice. And then Penacony, which doesn't give us any buffs, so it would be nice if we had Lusaka, but we have so many units right now on Lusaka that I just don't have enough pieces for our Dunhung. So yeah, that's also going to be another work in progress. Eidolon's E0 as well. So yeah, that's it for our teams. Let me know your thoughts on SPARXIE. Let me know your thoughts on the current Memory of Chaos. Let me know your thoughts on Yaoguang. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. See ya.